Willkommen zur deutschen Ausgabe der Sendereihe Bring Farbe in dein Leben.
G'day viewers, my name's Graeme Stevenson and I'd like to invite you to come on a journey of creativity and learning and adventure through the series Colour in Your Life. There's an artist in every family throughout the world, and lots of times there's an artist deep down inside all of us as well. So grab your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, uncles and mums and dads and come and see how some of the best artists do what they do.
Guten Tag, liebe Zuschauerinnen und Zuschauer. Wir freuen uns über Ihr Interesse an unserem Programm. Bring Farbe in dein Leben ist die Überschrift, unter der wir monatlich einen internationalen Künstler vorstellen werden. Unsere Partner in Australien werden dazu die ursprünglichen Aufzeichnungen in englischer Sprache liefern und ich gebe Ihnen dazu deutsche Untertitel, mit der das Verständnis für diese Filme vereinfacht wird. Wir werden gleich nach Australien schalten und uns mit Graeme Stevenson und Natasha Wernick über unser Projekt unterhalten. Viel Spaß dabei! Okay, here we are. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello from Australia.
Hello. How are you, Pat?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
We're excellent. Very good, thank you.
Right. Shall we delve right into it then?
Yes, of course.
Yes. One of the questions I thought we might want to discuss is how did it all start? I suppose, Graeme, quite a number of years ago, you got all this going, didn't you?
Yeah, about 12 years ago, Pat. And I had an epiphany one night at about 2:30 in the morning. And I had been doing television in Los Angeles for quite some time. And one of my clients was a director of board of directors of public television in Australia. And he said that you could make your own television shows. And I was quite surprised. And I sort of thought, well, I've been involved in TV in Los Angeles for a long time and they were airing to 70 million people a year. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. We can touch and reach people like that. So one night I just woke up at 2:30 in the morning, bolt up right in the middle of the dark and just sort of said, put some colour in your life. And the rest of it started from there. So it was about 12 years ago that I started the whole project.
Very good, very good. So you got that going while you were still in America, or did you start it?
No, I'd been back in Australia. I just got back from the Pacific. I'd been in the Pacific Islands for a couple of years on my boat, and I came back, and I was still painting and working, and still shipping work to Los Angeles and to my other galleries. And then I'd been back in Australia for a little while then, and then I just kept traveling back and forth to America, and basically just put the whole thing together and went back to college myself and got a diploma in multimedia, learned how to do everything. And then my wonderful team, Natasha being one of those people, suddenly came up and the universe helped me find these incredible human beings. And so 12 years later, we've crossed the globe with it.
Very good. And that's promoting art, not only of your own work, but also many other artists, as I've noticed.
Yeah, Nat, do you want to answer this one?
Sure, yeah. We have filmed around 300 artists in 7 countries over the last 10 to 11 years. We have 4 or 5 film teams. So there's 2 in America and 1 in the United Kingdom, and then 2 here in Australia. And we have been changing people's lives and artists' lives for that long. It's quite an amazing thing that we are doing, and making many artists very happy and many audience members very happy because they are inspired to create, which is the most important thing.
Oh, I've noticed that you've also got a very large number of subscribers to your channel. Obviously, a lot of people are very interested in what you're doing and what those artists are doing.
Yes, I mean, all up, I suppose, with all the platforms that we've got, we'd be looking at over about 250,000 people that follow what we do these days. So it's quite a substantial amount of people, and that increases. I think on YouTube we go up between 50 and 100 a day on YouTube. So that's how many people are signing in every day, and we're just getting more and more, which is amazing.
Yes. Well, I got to know about your work by finding you on YouTube, and then I got in touch with you to ask if it was possible to use some of those artists to put on German television. So that's how we got together a number of years ago.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. And I think, I mean, the show's spread to 50 countries these days. And as I said, we are speaking at the moment with a distributor in Singapore that wants to work with us in Southeast Asia and in India as well. But to be in Germany, I've been to Germany a few times. Fantastic people, wonderful country, and we'd love to be able to have those shows illuminate and educate all of the people across Germany, which would be great.
Yeah, well, what I'm doing at the moment is I put German subtitles to your productions, and that is, although most people in Germany and other German-speaking countries will understand English, but for some of them it might be a great help to have the German subtitles on top, so it makes it a little bit easier to understand what's going on.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
And our wonderful Natasha has a German descendancy anyway, so it sort of fits perfectly with this.
Yeah. Yes, my father's German, and so I've been to Germany several times to see my homeland, and I think it's a wonderful thing that it's been translated into German for the German speakers. It's really fantastic. We're very excited here over in Australia to think that that's happening.
Well, so far I've put these translated productions onto a German TV channel, and there the videos are being shown several times a day for a week, and then another production will be shown a month later, and so it continues. But what we're sitting together about now is that we want to put it on YouTube and do a little bit more. So perhaps, did you want to say something about that, Graeme, what we're planning to do?
Well, actually, I might let Natasha actually have this one. Far away now.
So we are, yeah, it's what I understand is that you're going to be translating the shows and subtitling them into German for our German Colour in Your Life YouTube channel, so that we can access so many more audience members to inspire them. Now, the channel is called Bring Farbe, Leben.
Yes,
Right? Did I get it right?
Pretty good, yes. Bring Farbe in dein Leben.
So that's the reason I handed it over to Nat.
Let me say it again. Bring Farben in den Leben.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Straight to the top of the German class.
Ja, danke.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what we will be doing. At the moment, the TV channel that I've got access to here in Germany has a possible, or has possibly some 20 million viewers.
Wow.
So hopefully some of them will tune into our art productions.
That would be lovely.
And,
absolutely.
The next step will also be that after we've put everything on YouTube, we are planning to contact other TV channels in Germany to see whether they might be interested to put it out to their viewers.
Yes,
it's
it would be
also
fantastic. Sorry, Pat.
On the TV channel's media website, and it's also available via some streaming channels.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a possible large number of German-speaking viewers who would tune into it.
That would be wonderful. We're hoping at some stage one day, which is what seems to be happening as we go along, that eventually we may have a host and a crew filming German artists for the series as well. You have to put it out there sometimes. Let the universe gather around you.
Yes.
So you normally, outside the present pandemic problems, you would go and travel, visit artists and work with them in their studios, wouldn't you?
Yes, I mean, that's what we do now within the countries and the hosts that we work with across the world. Originally, it was just myself and Sophia doing a lot of the traveling, and now Nat is part of the film crew and she helps with all the camera work, and Sophia is doing a lot of the hosting as well. But it just gets to the stage when a business becomes that large, you obviously have to have other people help you. And I'm 63 now, so I can't sort of zip around the same way as I used to when I was younger. So we utilize many other talented people across the world to help us out, and other talented film crews as well.
Very good. I have thought about what to put on this channel, and as my main interest is traditional realist art, I have also set up a website for artists of that nature, and that is called ERA, A-E-R-A. It's an association of realist art, realist artists, and that's also what I will concentrate on concerning the films that I'm translating into German. A selection of the wide variety of artists that you and Natasha has just mentioned, 300 of them or more. They're just too many for me to do all on my own. So I've got to concentrate on something, and I thought I'd concentrate on my pet subject.
Well, there's more and more coming on board all the time, and we had a call out yesterday, and we had people from Scotland up in the Shetland Islands and in Malaysia tune in, and the United States as well. So I'm actually speaking to a young lady tomorrow from the Shetland Islands who's very interested about being on the show as well, and she's a realist artist. So it's amazing that we can cross the world these days and actually do these things virtually without having to be there, which is fantastic. The technology that we're using is just amazing.
Yes, so you would be filming and interviewing artists all around the world via Zoom these days, would you?
Pretty much, yeah. And the beauty about that is, Pat, that we can go to any country, really. I mean, I love to travel and love to go to those places, as Nat does as well. I mean, that's the very exciting part about doing the series as it is. But to be able to expand and then gather all that knowledge, using Zoom and doing the shows on a virtual situation, and we do a great job with it as well. You virtually don't notice any difference from one show to the other, but it enables us to cross many more borders and boundaries than we'd normally be able to do.
And no traveling time involved.
No traveling. It's just getting up, having a cup of coffee, and going into the office, basically.
Yeah. Now, how environmentally friendly is that?
Oh, in case you don't get much more. There's a couple of seats that aren't taken up on a plane, I can tell you that much.
Right. Is there anything else we ought to cover at this moment in time, or shall we
I'm sure as we go along that we can do more of these talks as it expands. We can keep people up to date with what's going on as far as the show is concerned and what you're doing with German Colour in your life. And I'm sure that there's going to be some fantastic stories that come out over time that we can get together and discuss over those situations as well.
Right. Yeah. Well, that sounds very promising. So.
Yeah. I think that's. I don't think there's anything else that we've missed. I think that we are in all those countries, that we've given you the statistics, that we can film by Zoom. We can film artists in Germany or in any of the English-speaking countries, in any of the German-speaking countries. We can film them by Zoom. So if they do want to be on the show, we would love to be filming, and we don't mind staying up really late at night or working at the time. We will also help the artists set up their.
Well, we may
we
have
will
to
also
think
help
of
the artists.
Sorry, we may have to think of a way to get German-speaking artists on the show who don't speak any English.
I mean, I'm sure we can do that
many.
eventually. I mean, there are ways and means. You just have to think outside the box. And I think the idea, Pat, in the end of it is to gather this knowledge and this information, to have it in the one place, so that people in the distant future or even in the near future can sit down and look at all this information and help themselves to help other people as well.
Well, I think basically your original idea of bringing artists to the world and making people see what's going on in the art world is so interesting to lots and lots of people that obviously the number of subscribers you have to your channel, which hopefully this new approach will add a few more to, is really fantastic.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you. Well, the thing is that we've got artists that are the world famous artists that you would not normally be able to get into their studios under any circumstances and watch them work. But because of the reputation that we've built up, they're readily accepting of the fact that we come along and we film them and ask questions that they probably wouldn't answer normally anyway. But to get this information is quite amazing, and Colour in Life is capable of doing that these days.
Right. Well, we've got a plan. We've got to start, and fingers crossed, it will spread, and lots and lots of people will tune in and will want to see what we're doing, and certainly enjoy all the wonderful productions that you have created, which have gone out to the world, and hopefully attract a lot more people, and perhaps even make other people pick up a brush, pick up the paint, and get going and try and do something themselves.
And before we leave, we have to thank one person who has been incredibly tireless, an amazing woman, an amazing human being, and that's our head of production, Sophia Stacey. She's an incredible human being, and she has worked probably harder than all of us to make this happen. So just a million points of kudos to Sophie for being the amazing person that she is as well.
Well, thank you both for joining me this morning, or well, morning for me, afternoon for you, because we're 8 hours apart.
That's right.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Pat. Been great to talk to you.
Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Graeme. Bye for now.
Thank you, Pat.
Some other time. Das war unsere Zoom-Konferenz über Kontinente hinweg. Wir freuen uns auf die Zusammenarbeit mit unseren Partnern in Australien. Wir werden in den kommenden Monaten viele ihrer Produktionen für das deutsche Programm bearbeiten. Wir werden viele international bekannte Künstler zu sehen bekommen. Die Produktionen stehen im Zusammenhang mit ERA, der Association Embracing Realist Art, oder in deutscher Sprache der Gemeinschaft zur Förderung des modernen Realismus. Halten Sie deshalb Ausschau nach ERA und besuchen Sie unsere englische Internetseite realist-art.com.